Good morning, gang. Good morning. Welcome back to this week's Bitcoin update. Happy New Year to everyone. Obviously, it's been a while since we've done a video. It was before the Christmas break. So I hope you all had a great holiday season and a great New Year. And you're ready to jump back into some zero bullshit TA, because I believe that's why you're here. So let's zoom in. So first and foremost, we'll do what we normally do. We'll recap any trades that we've taken. It's been a short week so far. I personally didn't trade at all over the festive period. I prefer to spend time with my family. You know, that's just what I'm about. So we've only got this week, so we'll run through this week's trades so far, and then from then we'll take a look at what I'm looking at next. Okay, so first and foremost, there's effectively only been one trade, because obviously over the festive period, over December, realistically we just went sideways. We had this nice sideways range going on. So you got your highs of the range, you got the lows of the range, and we just had a nice range that we've been in. Okay, now jumping into the updates that I've been giving our members straight away. Now this was an update from yesterday morning's daily live stream. And obviously I'm just talking through this range that I've just drawn on the chart there, saying that, you know, looking for this just as effectively just another deviation, and we can look for, if we get entry back into the range, then we just continue to play the range. Okay, so this was just one of our ideas. Once again, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to LARP and say this was the only plan that I had, because there was a plan for in case price went higher. There was a plan for if price goes lower, because I'm a trader. Okay, I don't sit here and pretend to have a crystal ball and tell you I know exactly what's going to happen next, because the truth is nobody does. Okay, so this was one of our trading plans, and this was the trading plan that played out. Okay, so this is the trade that we took. Okay, so quite simply, all we did was, this was a deviation of the range high. Okay, quite locally, we'd come up at 2 a.m. in the morning, tag this level here, which was a old SR level, come back down, and then a little swing failure pattern of said SR level, grabbing that little bit of liquidity above. Couldn't get any momentum to the upside, volume dried up, orders dried up, and all we did is we turned around. Now again, did I know it was going to come down this far down to range lows? No, I didn't. Okay, so this would have been a natural take profit at EQ, and then obviously a take profit 2 back down at range low. Now in the end it just nuked straight through, so therefore there was no time to get in a TP1 down here, and we just locked in a TP1 down towards the range lows. Okay, so in the end ended up being a good 10-hour trade, not bad for the first trade back. And now we'll wait and see what happens next. Okay, so this technically would have been a long opportunity if you were around at the time and you caught that. Now for me personally, I didn't bother longing this, because I'm more than happy to be patient now to see what plays out. Okay, so once again, you know, you could have had some stink bids down here at range low, and again, it's a natural range low. You could draw this channel slightly different. You could pull it up a little bit. You could even pull it up to here, so therefore it captures more of this price action. It makes no difference in my eyes, doesn't this? So obviously, if you did have any stink bids down here and you caught that, great. You know, most of crypto Twitter will tell you that they caught that long, because, you know, everyone's a god on crypto Twitter. But, you know, it makes no difference. Either way, I'm quite happy to sit on the sidelines now and be patient and see what happens. Either A, do we travel back up towards range highs again? Or B, do we travel back down towards range lows again? Okay, and I'm quite happy to see that, you know, when you're in the middle of the range, for me, there's just no trade, and, you know, you're just gambling. And we could see that once this week got bought up yesterday, we got so many people just gambling in this small area here. And what do? We're going to pump to the upside. Everyone got a bit euphoric. That's it. It's going to go all the way back up. Great. And then what did it do? Well, it just shook all those people out. And then anyone that was shorting down here, hoping for brand new lows, and it just shot them people out. And we can see that. We can see that on the order flow, okay? This isn't just speculation. This is, we can actually see this in real time, okay? We can see the people buying up here, getting excited at the pump, and then they all just got stopped out again. You know, a big sell-off event. Once again, this sell-off back to the downside, this internal sell-off, another 80 million in volume, okay? Negative 20 delta million, okay? So there's no need to rush into a position, and this is why we were tweeting about it on X, sorry. On X, saying there's no need to rush into a position. Just wait and see. Let the market show its hand. Okay, so that's effectively the only trade of the week so far, but it's not bad. They said that we only came back on Tuesday, so 10R in the bag. That'll do. Now, what happens next? Okay, so we're going to zoom back out to the monthly chart here. I'm going to zoom back in. There we go. Right, so I've been saying this for a long time. for a long, long time. We are in a major sticky area where we are right now. Okay. Major sticky area. We have got a big sticky zone to contend with. And this isn't a sticky zone. It should just be freely going all in long into, wrong one, short. There we go. Red. That's what we like. Red for danger. Red for warning. Okay. So we've got the EQ of this macro top range that we're heading into. Okay. We've still not got there. And do we have to get there? No, we don't. And even if we do get there, does it have to hit this and turn around? No, it doesn't. It's just a time of caution, because no matter what your trading style, this is a big zone. So for example, if you subscribe to order blocks, supply and demand style zones, you've got obviously this monthly order block zone here. Okay. You've also got a yearly level just above you. And on top of all that, you've also got, if we draw on a volume profile of the top range, and you guys know that I like the volume profiles. Where's my volume profile tool? There it is. Throw that along the top. We can see here we've also got a point of control right on this EQ. Okay. Now, not all exchanges have the point of control in this region, depending on where you trade. A lot of other exchanges might have, instead of a point of control here, it might have the value area high being at this range. Either way, it's a high volume node at this zone. Okay, so therefore it's a time for caution. Okay, so it's not a time for YOLOing. Okay, now on top of that, we can draw a fib from the high to the low, and we've got a golden pocket around this zone as well. So once again, it makes no difference what style of TA you subscribe to. That makes no difference. I think unanimously across the board, anyone that trades and anyone that has a solid system can tell you that this is a big zone. Okay, this is a big zone. Okay, so it's a time for caution. Okay, so regardless, this isn't a place where I would just be FOMO longing into. Okay, because this is a place where we could start to see rejections. Now, is that going to be a rejection and game over and that's it? We're going, down a lot lower, 10k, 3k, whatever price targets you got made up down here. No, it just means that it's a sticky zone. This could just literally be a little rejection before a continuation. Okay, we don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Anyone that tells you that they know exactly what's going to happen here, they're talking out the backside. We can just plan. We just make plans. Okay? So, first and foremost, big resistance above us. If we start clearing this resistance, then we can start looking at higher price targets. So, for example, the value area high up here, roughly around 53, 54k. And if we start clearing above that, then we can start looking at higher price targets once again. Okay? Now, if we do start to roll over in this region here, then let's zoom back into the daily. Let's clear up some of this stuff off our chart and we can start to see. Okay, so we'll get rid of this. If we do start to reject here and come down lower, okay, and we lose this local range that we've got here, okay, if we lose this local range, then first and foremost, if we lose this, then we're going to start coming into this territory here. Now, I've said this time and time again, we've got a lot of resting stops in this zone. This is not healthy price action when you see this on any asset. This is not healthy price action, because the problem with this kind of price action is if you get acceptance back into this price action, back below these lows here, then you run the risk of a cascade effect through all these stop losses. So you've got to be cautious. So first and foremost, my thinking would be, if we do lose this range and start coming down here, you ideally want this top section here to hold. If this holds and it just becomes another deviation, then we continue playing the range. We'll play the range until it breaks. Okay, bear in mind we've got major resistance above us. If that doesn't happen and this starts to roll down further, then first and foremost, do these lows hold roughly around 33 to 34k? If they don't hold, then we're looking back down at the macro range low, okay, which is coming down here, and this is roughly around, call it 30k for easy numbers, okay, big psychological round number. People like round numbers, okay. At this point here, then you've got to ask yourself, does this hold? Okay, do you see a sign of strength? I'm not talking about it just plows down to this level and you just blindly close your eyes and hit green and hope for the best. You've got to wait and see. Does it come down? Do you start getting a market structure change? Does it give you any sign of strength? Can you see absorption down here? Can you see people aggressively selling but not pushing price any further? There's lots of questions that you've got to ask yourself. Okay, and this is what it takes to be a smart trader. Okay, if you see some of these signs and you see that strength, then you've potentially got a long trigger. If you don't see any of that, then sit back and wait. Sit back and wait. Let price develop. Okay? If it doesn't give you anything and we get accepted back out of that range, then it's been more of a doom and gloom scenario. Okay? Especially locally. It's not necessarily doom and gloom. We're going down to brand new lows, but it's a doom and gloom because effectively what we are then is back into this range here. Okay? And then we just continue trading this range until this breaks. Okay? Wouldn't be the healthiest of signs, being honest. But again, we trade what we're given. So that's the plans. That's the plans. Now, hopefully, you guys have learned something today. Now, it is the first video back of the year, so if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and getting us back into the YouTube algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing and don't forget to hit that bell notification. And don't miss these videos because you need to watch them in real time. It's pointless watching these back in a week. Until next time, gang, as you were, bye-bye.